theory, you better grab your popcorn. You better grab your seat because the bombshell we all been waiting for, it just hit. Ripple Labs is officially leading a 1 billion, yes, 1 billion with a B raise to accumulate XRP. And guess what? This changes absolutely everything. I'm not exaggerating here. This could be the single biggest confirmation of the pre-allocation theory that we have ever had. All those whispers, all those leaked documents, all the "you're crazy" comments, they were wrong. It has always been true. And here's the wild part, because Ripple could have just pulled this XRP from their escrow, but they didn't. They're raising $1 billion to buy it. Why? Well, because they want to send one message. XRP's price, it's not done. It is about to be discovered. Stick around because in this video, we're going to break down how this changes Ripple's playbook, what the big banks are quietly doing behind the scenes, and why even the White House and the Fed are unintentionally setting up XRP for its next explosion. Without further ado, folks, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and let's dive on in. We're going to start right here. UBS, they just raised their 2025 year-end S&P 500 target from 6,600 to 6,900. Now, you're probably asking, why should crypto care about a TradeFi index move? Because when institutions lift targets like this, it singles risk on mode across global markets. The same capital rotation that's about to pour into equities, it's going to spill over into digital assets. Every macro analyst that I know, when equities go risk on, crypto, it follows harder and faster. And with Ripple setting up to accumulate XRP, this timing, it feels suspiciously coordinated. Big money just doesn't raise targets randomly. Remember that. They are aligning with liquidity cycles, policy shifts, maybe even strategic digital asset positioning behind closed doors. And that brings us to our next clue, something that Anthony Pompliano just dropped live on Fox. He said, yeah, Pomp himself, he went live on Fox and he said something that nobody wanted to admit. They stated in here, we're going to listen to this clip. Gold is still down 84% in Bitcoin terms. He said, if you can't beat it, you need to buy it. Right there is the sound of traditional finance realizing that the old system, it's crumbling and Bitcoin set the tone. But XRP, it is about to set the standard. Listen up to Pomp here.
So about 1 year ago, Bitcoin was at like $70,000.
Yeah, I
know.
So
it has still had incredible performance. If you go back to 2020, it's up 1,500%, right? So one of the things that I like to do is I like to take assets and denominate them in Bitcoin. So anyone can make money when you compare it to the dollar. The dollar only goes down. And so if you look at stocks, the S&P is up 100% since January of 2020. In Bitcoin terms, it's down 88%. So while stock investors think they're winning, when you compare it to a finite asset that can't be debased, they're actually down significantly. When you look at gold, similar story. Gold is actually up about 150% since January of 2020. But when you denominate it in Bitcoin price, it's down 84%. And so again, it kind of comes back to this idea of what is your hurdle rate? Are you trying to outperform dollars or are you trying to outperform a finite asset? For me, I think of Bitcoin as the hurdle rate. And as many people know with the hurdle rate, if you can't beat it, I think you got to buy it.
What do you
If you can't beat it, you got to buy it. So look, while gold is out here crushing it and fiat is losing credibility, Ripple is out there raising real capital, 1 billion to accumulate digital liquidity, not testnet coins, not paper promises, actual XRP. And if the crypto OGs are admitting that Bitcoin has outperformed gold, wait until they realize that Ripple is playing 5D chess with a digital asset designed to run the global payment system. And folks, quick note, if you want me to personally break down your position or how to get positioned for XRP's next liquidity event, we got those one-on-one call slots available in